Last week I reacted to the live debut of Take Me Back to Eden by Sleep Token. And I gotta tell you, I enjoyed making the video and listening to the song for the first time. So this week I got the chance to give you another spontaneous, unplanned, unprepared reaction video. And this week, my friends, we are not reacting to a live debut. We are actually reacting to a brand new song. And it's not a new song by some new up-and-coming band. It is by probably the most random trio of all time. Serj Tankian, Tony Iommi, and the CEO of Gibson, Serj Tankian? I hope I'm not butchering his name. But before I even heard about this song, I had no idea that the CEO of Gibson played guitar and was an actual musician who wrote songs. But of course, I have a lot of expectations because Serj Tankian and Tony Iommi are featured on the song. So I haven't heard this yet, and I have no idea what I'm about to hear. So what can I expect? So I'm expecting a blend of edgy political lyrics shouted in an unconventional vocal style by Serj Tankian, and bluesy, psychedelic, maybe even slow and simple, heavy riffs by Tony Iommi. But obviously I've never heard Serj play guitar, so I have no idea how he plays. I don't even know if he's gonna play guitar because I've only seen a picture of him holding a guitar. So I don't know, maybe he's also the bassist, because who's the bassist here? Because it's not Geezer Butler. Maybe he did some backing vocals, maybe he had a role in production. Because I have no idea what Serj Tankian does aside from being the CEO of Gibson. And before we begin, I want to say that although I haven't heard the song yet, I have read some comments. And they were not good, surprisingly. So am I excited? I don't know, because it's a really random trio. And so far I've mostly heard not so good thoughts. Alright, let's just listen to it, shall we? Gibson band. That's what they're called? Okay, let me just say something. So it's called the Gibson band. That's what it's called. They're officially the Gibson band. Also, this has a huge Black Sabbath vibe. But listen carefully to it. Listen carefully. Listen to this. So it's a very Sabbathy riff. The bass sounds a lot like it was recorded by Geezer, but I'm not sure. When I'm done listening to this, I'm gonna go check the credits. But what is with the intro riff, the guitar riff? Let's listen again. Do you hear it? There's no vibrato. It's so solid, so normal, and it almost sounds like it was programmed. There's no vibrato. This is totally not a Tony Iommi thing. Also, the guitar tone also is not really signature tone in Iommi. Uh, it sounds normal. The guitar tone sounds normal. You know, I've heard this tone so many times. You know, you usually hear this guitar sound on a typical metal song. Let's go on.
Feeling like I'm always going under, waiting for you to bring back your thunder.
Okay.
Life's elements seem to go asunder.
Asunder? I've never heard this word before.
Feeling like I'm always going under.
Okay, notice how, first of all, I think his voice fits in this song. And I think Serj fits in, would fit in a Black Sabbath song. His vocals would totally fit in a Black Sabbath song. But he also, maybe he's displaying an Aussie influence in his vocals that we've never noticed before, maybe because he's kind of imitating Ozzy with his singing here. Also, if you think about it, there are some similarities between System of a Down and Black Sabbath, especially when it comes to the nature of the lyrics, the lyrical topics, the vibe, and the lyrics being dark and uncomfortable and even weird at times. So far so good, I think.
Flowers, mothers, soldiers, father, farmers, wife, the sword and the life. The sword can cut it, man can kill it. Millions pounding on your face. We can't see or touch you, gone. Yeah.
Is that the pre-chorus or what? The time signature is so odd, but also the lyrics are very interesting. That I wanna stop and think about them, but the time signature is not allowing me. Um, the oddness of it, you know, musically, it's not letting me. I can't focus on either things, you know. I cannot concentrate on the music and try to understand the time signature, or uh, think concentrate on the lyrics and try to analyze them, because the time signature is totally throwing me off. What is this?
Flowers, mothers, soldiers, father, farmers, wife.
Whoa. Okay.
Flowers, mothers, soldiers, father, farmers, wife.
So, is this 7? Is this 7/4? Again, let's listen to it one more time.
Flowers, mothers, soldiers, father, farmers, wife.
I think it is.
The sword can cut it, man can kill it. Millions pounding on your face. We can't see or touch you, gone. Yeah.
I don't hate odd time signatures. I love them. I really appreciate progressiveness in music, but this is gonna take some time to understand. And I think it's poorly done. I don't think it's so well thought out. But let's try again. Let's try again.
Flowers, mothers, soldiers, father, farmers, wife. The sword and the life. The sword can cut it, man can
don't know. I'm not sure what the time signature here is, but so here's the first phrase. This sounds like 7/4. This one too. Now the third phrase. This one, what is this? This sounds like 4/4. I mean, I'm not even sure what this is. I'm not even sure where the phrase begins and ends at this point. I mean, especially the third phrase. So I'm obviously gonna need your help. And I'm definitely gonna listen to this again and try to figure this out. So yeah, it's got a huge System of a Down / Black Sabbath vibe. You know, the apocalyptic lyrics, the fall of mankind, the complete destruction of the world, the end of the world. And let's go back to the pre-chorus. I think that was the pre-chorus where where I got confused. Let's go back to the pre-chorus and try this time to understand the lyrics, not the time signature. Yeah, so they seem like post-war lyrics. Death and desperation. Let's go on. This is not simple. This is reminds me of the lyrics from the first System album, the debut album, and it's definitely gonna take me some time to figure it out and relate to it. The life that I lived, for what I say, will befit myself in time. But you know what? If I start analyzing this right now, I would take too much time and go off topic. So I'll leave it to you to think about it and analyze it, and tell me in the comments, what do you think this means? Let's go on, please. Oh, again. Not again, man. I love the small touch of blasphemy in Serj's lyrics. I've heard it many times in System songs. Also in Sabbath songs. It's so edgy and it has a huge shock value. So yeah, so far I'm enjoying the blend, the System and Sabbath blend. But I gotta say something. I gotta admit, it sounds kind of mediocre. I'm sorry. Because how is this any different than any previous work by Sabbath or System of a Down? Because I have been comparing this while listening. I've been comparing this to the album 13 by Black Sabbath and the debut album of System of a Down. It's a good blend. It sounds good. The song sounds good. I mean, everything sounds right. Everything sounds okay. But I don't think it's offering anything new. I mean, I've heard this so many times. I've heard these lyrics and I've heard songs with this vibe, this energy, this tone so many times, even on songs that came after the breakup of Black Sabbath and the hiatus of System of a Down. But none of them compare to the original work, to the previous work. And none of them offer anything new. That's all I got to say. But the song isn't over yet, so let's continue. Wait. Pause. Pause there. Nice riff, nice clean guitars. I love the intervals, and I'm getting used to the odd time signature. Although I haven't yet understood completely what it is. But I think this part sounds good. It's actually good. And let's listen to it again. It doesn't have a Sabbath vibe. This one is different. Uh, I'm trying to think who this reminds me of. Let's go back a bit. Let's go back again. That one. The E and C, they sound so good. Although they're really different, and this whole part is so different. And I'm trying to think who this reminds me of. I'm thinking Death. The what was it called? The Sound of Perseverance. I've definitely heard some tracks on that album that have this this kind of vibe, this kind of playing. Maybe Killswitch Engage? I don't know. Who does this? Who plays like this? It definitely sounds like a band from the modern American wave of metal. Let me listen to it one more time. So good. It's so good. I still cannot remember who this I cannot I still cannot think of that band that this part reminds me of. Let's go on. Maybe I'll remember it later. I cannot headbang to this because I haven't figured out the time signature yet. So how am I supposed to headbang? But I'm trying.
Why am I so frail? Why am I so cold? Why am I so frail?
Behemoth. Behemoth the song Bartzabel. Bartzabel has a part that sounds a lot like this. It gets, because you know how heavy Behemoth is. Bartzabel has a very beautiful clean guitars, and uh, the solo part underneath the solo, there are clean guitars that sound a lot like this, and even the tempo is similar. The vibe, everything. I think that's the band that this reminds me of. It is Behemoth, and the song is Bartzabel, one of my favorites. It's a very beautiful song. It's an okay solo. I'll give it a pass. Typical Tony Iommi, in your face but simple soloing. Yeah, I mean it's okay. I mean it's always been like this. Tony's solos have always been simple but very abrasive, and they do the job. This part, this is the part that I told you that I'm not going to analyze, but uh, the way the lyrics are sung remind me of, what was his name? I'm so sorry. What was his name? Lou Reed, and his work with, I know it's a very controversial album. His work with Metallica on the song on the album Lulu. This is how he performed the lyrics. That's how he performed his vocals. They almost sounded like preach, because it's a long line. Let's hear it one more time. It's a long line, but notice how it's a bit too long. So he has to speed up his flow, so that the line would fit. But it ends up sounding like preach, like his standing up and talking, just preaching. And that's how Lou Reed performed pretty much most of his vocals on Lulu. I mean, if you listen to the song The View, that's exactly how he did it.
I live for what I say will be fit myself in time. No time to die, nor live, no structures of a pyramid. No time to die, nor live, no structures of a pyramid. No trained horses to ride to match my position, my words define. Deconstruction of the human mind. A shifting of polarities defined. Waking dreams embellishing my rhymes. Splitting up the world into time. If today I die, cannot deny the life that I live for what I say, and I'll befit myself in time.
His channeling his inner Squidward. Yeah, it's so apocalyptic, and I'm not gonna lie, I like this kind of lyrics, and I like how it's kind of climaxing right now. The lyrics are getting more disturbing, more shocking. The words get uglier and uglier. Everything gets more intense. And there's a huge amount of distress.
No time to die, no live, no structures of a pyramid. No trained horses to rise, surmise my position, my words define.
Okay, so I thought of something near the end when I heard that drum fill at the end. Who's playing drums here? I gotta find out. So like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna see the credits, but I'm gonna add them in the description and in the comments. So I'm gonna say this to close the video. It's a good song. It's not a bad song. I think I'm now disagreeing with the comments that I saw on social media before I listened, because I read some criticism on the production, and I think the production is okay for the most part. Yeah, so overall it's an okay song. I just disliked the guitar tone. I think it's too conventional. It's such a conventional and cliche guitar sound, and it sounds nothing like Tony Iommi. I mean, if I hadn't known that Tony Iommi was on this track, the only thing that would have made me guess that it was Tony Iommi is the style of playing. I mean, even the riff, the opening riff doesn't really sound like Tony. I mean, like I said in the beginning, there's no vibrato. It sounds so solid and almost like it was programmed. The bass is great, although it's not. Apparently, it's not. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna check. I don't think this is Geezer Butler. No one said it's Geezer, that Geezer was on this song. It sounds almost exactly like Geezer's work on the album 13, because the bass almost sounds like a third guitar. The drum work is good too. Also, we're gonna have to check who played drums on this song. The vocals are very, very good actually, although I'm not such a huge fan of Serj Tankian's current vocal style, but I cannot deny it totally fits. And he channeled his inner Ozzy, and the vocals are well produced. The lyrics are very interesting. I'm really intrigued. I think whoever wrote the lyrics put really good effort, although at some points they were kind of strange and too abstract, but that's typical Serj Tankian. But like I said, the lyrics, and I'm sorry to say that, but the whole song doesn't really offer anything new. There's nothing new. There's nothing eye-opening or goosebump-inducing like the original stuff, because it's pretty much a copy of the old stuff. It's typical Serj Tankian, typical Black Sabbath when it comes, of course, to the overall music, the vibe and tone. Also, I just remembered that the CEO of Gibson is playing on the song. What is he doing on the song? Although it's unfair of me to criticize him, because I've never heard of this guy. I have no idea how he plays, what he does, aside from being a CEO. But I also think that this is one of the song's flaws, because I cannot hear anything other than Serj singing like he always does, Tony playing like he always does, and whoever the bass player is, but doesn't seem like, I mean, I've seen pics of them together. He wasn't carrying a bass guitar, he was carrying a guitar. So I can only assume right now that he either played rhythm guitar, and like I said, the guitar tone was normal. There was nothing special about it. Or he actually played the solo, which also, like I said, was simple and just okay. So yeah, I think that maybe it is their fault that I don't know yet what Serj Tankian does. There's no credit, it doesn't say who plays what. It only says the Gibson band. I mean, like, they even decided to call themselves the Gibson Band. The Gibson Band's first single, Deconstruction, which was co-written by Serj Tankian of System of a Down and Serj Tankian, CEO of Gibson, and features Tony Iommi of Black Sabbath on guitar, is now on Gibson Records. That's it. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to find out myself, and I hope that I'm gonna be able to find out some more, and if I do, I'm definitely gonna let you know. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please take care of yourselves and stay warm during these cold times. What are your thoughts on this song? Tell me down in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Also follow me on Instagram. See you next time. Have fun.